America in the 1950s was a land of stark contrasts. It was a time of post-war optimism and economic growth, where the American dream seemed within reach for many. Prosperity and progress were enjoyed by some, with new suburban neighborhoods sprouting up and a booming economy fueling a sense of boundless opportunity. Yet for many African Americans, the reality was harsh. Segregation was the law and the promise of equality was a distant dream. They faced systemic discrimination in every aspect of life. Discrimination was a way of life. Hope seemed distant, and the struggle for basic human rights was an everyday battle. The harshness of segregation was felt deeply in schools, public spaces, and even in the workplace. But in the midst of this darkness, a light emerged. Martin Luther King Jr. He was a beacon of hope for many. A young Baptist minister with a powerful voice and an even more powerful dream. His words carried the weight of centuries of struggle and the promise of a brighter future. He dared to imagine a different America, one where people would be judged by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. An America where equality and justice would prevail. King's message resonated deeply. It ignited a movement that would sweep across the nation, inspiring countless individuals to stand up for their rights. People who had suffered in silence found their voice. They were no longer willing to accept the status quo. They joined hands, black and white together, to fight for freedom and equality. This unity was a powerful force that could not be ignored. The civil rights movement, with King at its helm, began its arduous journey. It was a journey fraught with challenges, but also filled with moments of triumph and solidarity. A journey that would change the course of American history. The legacy of this movement continues to inspire and remind us of the power of collective action and the enduring fight for justice. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. He grew up in a loving and supportive family. His father was a pastor, his mother a devout Christian and a teacher. Their influence instilled in young Martin the values of faith, education, and social justice, values that would shape his life's work. King excelled in his studies. He entered Morehouse College at the young age of 15. He went on to earn a doctorate in theology. The church became his calling, a platform for his message of love and nonviolence. King believed in the power of faith to overcome even the most daunting obstacles. This belief would guide him through the turbulent years ahead. The 1950s saw segregation deeply entrenched in American society, with racial divides visible in every corner of public life. African Americans faced discrimination in every aspect of life, from the workplace to the neighborhood streets. From segregated schools and housing to public transportation, the barriers were both physical and psychological. It was in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955 that a pivotal moment occurred, setting the stage for a significant change. Rosa Parks, a courageous woman, refused to give up her seat on a bus to a white man, an act that would resonate through history. This simple yet profound act of defiance sparked the Montgomery bus boycott, a movement that would challenge the status quo. Martin Luther King Jr., then a young pastor new to Montgomery, was thrust into the leadership of the boycott, becoming a beacon of hope. He preached a message of non-violent resistance inspired by Mahatma Gandhi, advocating for peaceful protest as a means to achieve justice. The boycott lasted for 381 days, a testament to the resilience and determination of the African American community. It brought the issue of racial segregation to national attention, forcing the country to confront its deeply rooted prejudices. King's leadership in the boycott marked his emergence as a national figure, a leader who would continue to fight for civil rights. A powerful voice for equality and justice, King's influence would extend far beyond Montgomery, inspiring generations to come. On August 28, 1963, over 250,000 people gathered in Washington, D.C. for the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. This monumental event drew people from all walks of life, united by a common goal of equality and justice. It was a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement, a movement that had been building momentum for years, fueled by the tireless efforts of countless activists and ordinary citizens who demanded change. A day when the nation's capital witnessed the power of collective action and the urgency for change. The air was filled with a sense of hope and determination as people from different backgrounds came together to stand up for what was right. From the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. His voice echoed through the crowd, carrying a message that would resonate through the ages. His words resonated with the hopes and aspirations of millions. People listened intently, their hearts stirred by his powerful vision of a better future. He spoke of his dream of a nation where his children would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. This dream was a call to action, a challenge to the nation to rise above its prejudices and embrace equality. His dream was not just for African Americans, but for all Americans. It was a vision of a society where everyone, regardless of race, could live together in peace and mutual respect. A dream of a just and equitable society where everyone could live together in harmony. This dream continues to inspire and challenge us today, reminding us of the power of unity and the enduring quest for justice. Section 5. Victories Hard Won. The civil rights movement, led by King and countless others, achieved significant victories. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 ensured that African Americans had the right to vote, a right long denied. These were monumental achievements. They marked a turning point in the fight for civil rights in America. In 1964, Martin Luther King Jr. was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. He was the youngest person at the time to receive this prestigious honor. It was a recognition of his unwavering commitment to nonviolence and his tireless efforts in the pursuit of racial equality. Section 6. A Nation in Mourning. On April 4th, 1968, tragedy struck. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. He was only 39 years old. His assassination sent shockwaves across the nation and the world. Millions mourned the loss of this extraordinary leader. King's death was a devastating blow to the civil rights movement. But his message of love, non-violence, and equality continued to resonate. His legacy lived on, inspiring generations to come. Section 7. A Legacy that Inspires. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream continues to inspire movements for justice and equality around the world. His teachings on non-violence, his unwavering belief in the power of love, and his commitment to social justice remain as relevant today as they were during his lifetime. From the fight against apartheid in South Africa to the struggle for LGBTQ+ rights, King's legacy is evident. His words and actions continue to give hope to the oppressed and inspire those who fight for a more just and equitable world. Section 8. Keeping the Dream Alive. Martin Luther King Jr. left an indelible mark on the world. He taught us that change is possible, that injustice can be overcome, that every voice matters. His legacy is a call to action, a reminder that the pursuit of justice and equality is an ongoing journey. Let us honor his memory by continuing to work towards the realization of his dream, a dream of a world where all people are treated with dignity and respect, a world where love and compassion triumph over hate and prejudice, a world where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential. Let us keep the dream alive.